Hey guys, welcome back to Defeating Hair Loss. My name is Steve. I'm here tonight with Bobby D.
What's up, Steve?
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
I love the jacket.
Appreciate it.
Wow, I didn't think you'd get any handsomer.
Oh, I'm trying to be like you one day, Steve.
I mean, the hair is great and all that. You're a good-looking guy, but all of a sudden you come in here, you outdress me. What's going on?
That's the things going on today. To dress up.
It's hard to keep up with these young guys. All right, Bobby. Well, that's the good news is you and your youth, you're out there on that social media. You're out there on the street. You're out there at the parties. You're out there at the bars. This guy, man, he gets all the action. All right, seriously, what's going on? What do you bring to us tonight?
Appreciate all the kind words. I wouldn't say all the action, but on our series, we talked about before they went bald. Thought about this one. What about Brother the Hulk? What about him?
Well, let me tell you, brother, you better make sure you take your vitamins and say your prayers. So Hulk Hogan's great.
Yeah.
So before they went bald. So yeah, I love it, Bobby. I love it, like, because where were they like before, maybe after they went bald, right? So that's an example. We talked about some other fortunate, unfortunate situations, but people had their hair and then they lost their hair, but they're celebrities and they're still successful or not successful. Well, Hulk Hogan is one of those exceptions, and what I mean by that is, he's not young anymore, and he still got the whole thing. I mean, he's got the headbands on, and he's got the ties and the colors and all that stuff. He's gone from like good guy to bad guy to good guy. Anyway, he's got an act. I mean, isn't that what it's all about, right? Well, what you probably don't know, or depending upon your age, especially your age, I think it was like 1985. He got his fame, or he came into his fame, real fame, with Rocky III. And he was, they were putting on a show where like a wrestler was fighting a boxer. This is before the MMA and all that stuff. And it was all like for fun, for charity. And the whole shtick was he was throwing around Sylvester Stallone, who's not a big guy, by the way. And he threw him around pretty good. And they were trying to make it even in the movie that, he was doing it on purpose and he's going to hurt him. And, Paulie, Stallone's or Rocky's brother-in-law was going nuts while he was drinking the whiskey, and it was pretty entertaining. Point being is at that time, Hulk Hogan had hair. Now, he didn't have a lot of hair. I don't ever remember him having a lot of hair. We'll pull up some photos when he was really, really, really young. But he's had like that kind of California beach boy kind of swoosh to the side look. You can't tell whether he's really losing it, he wasn't, but he had hair, and he didn't have any bald spots. So on Rocky, I think he was losing his hair already, because I look at everybody's hair. But, it was pretty cool because as I watched him over the years, and then there was, the WWF, then they changed it to WWE, then there was the NWO, which was my favorite. I got to wear my NWO shirt. That was so
you
cool.
wore it before, yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. And, there was different, battles of the TV channels and Ted Turner, Vince McMahon, all this stuff. And Hulk Hogan was always a piece of that, a part of that. And he was obviously continued to lose his hair. So interesting, because of his little shtick with his head wraps, his do-rags, or whatever they call it from the 80s, you never really could track that. But in that Rocky movie, he didn't have anything on his head. So you could see he had hair, much more hair than he has now. Now he has like nothing. Like he's probably like a Norwood 7, right? But what's really interesting about that, and we talk about this, and this is not meant to, harm anybody or hurt their feelings. I mean, this is not mocking anyone. All these celebrities are obviously much more successful than I am. But he was able to continue that by kind of covering up his head, a lot like, Kiss. I mean, I'm a big fan of Kiss, the rock band.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, they look exactly now like they did like 50 years ago or 40 years ago. Well, why is that? Well, because they paint their face.
Yeah, nothing much changes.
And they look great. I don't know if they wear wigs or not. Gene Simmons, he does crazy stuff with his hair. I like Gene Simmons, by the way, from Brooklyn, I think. And, we'll talk about that another time. But Hulk Hogan has made a career out of basically avoiding focusing on his scalp. If you think about that, right? Like,
True.
You're a young guy that was losing his hair. You got on the medication. You stopped your hair loss. You did a few hair transplants. You look fantastic. You're the modern day Steve Michaels.
Try to be.
Modern day. And I talk about not being bald, which I'm very thankful for. But it's amazing how I see everything through the lens, especially on the old days of MTV, of hair. We talk about Bon Jovi, all that stuff. And it's just insane. So Hulk Hogan is one of the few people in my lifetime, and he's still around, that can pull off being exactly the same kind of cartoon character, but he doesn't have the hair. What did he do? He's put the do-rag on.
Yep, I remember that. Yeah.
So just for this, obviously, clip, is he had hair to a degree. It was in Rocky 3. If you watch it, it's entertaining. I mean, I like all the Rocky movies. It's the same script the whole time, just with different characters. But he was a really cartoon character, really cool cartoon character in that movie. And he had hair, and you're gonna be shocked. You're gonna be like, man. But now you think he has hair because he wears the do-rag, but he don't have any hair. Anyway, hey, I hope this entertains you. And we're just here to help you with your hair loss. You like Hulk Hogan? Are you a fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan, brother.
You like any other wrestlers?
I'm not into it. I mean, I like John Cena. Does he count?
John Cena, he's got good hair.
Can't see me.
So we'll talk more about some wrestlers that had hair, lost hair, and all that in a minute. Hey, I hope this entertains you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.